Every chiropractor I talk to says the same thing. I tried Facebook or Instagram ads, but they just don't work. The truth is, meta ads do work. You just might be making a few simple mistakes that are killing your conversions and results. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through five biggest mistakes that chiropractors make with meta ads and exactly how to fix them. You can just copy this entire thing, and I can guarantee you this will improve your conversion rate. By the end, you will know how to set this up and actually bring in new patients predictively every single week. Mistake number one, weaker generic offers. So the first mistake is running ads with a generic offer. Well, think about the ads that you have seen other clinics run. Go somewhere along the lines of book your consultation today, book your appointment today, schedule a free consultation. Again, these ads would have worked 3 or 4 years ago, but the problem is they're very vague. No one's waking up in the morning trying to book a consultation or schedule a free consultation. Rather, what your patients are looking for, they want an exact solution to the problem that they're facing and they want relief. So, when you're writing copy for your ads, try to communicate a specific value that you're going after. So, here's an ad that I found by this clinic, which is a great example of copy. So, Longevity Chiropractic, they're running this ad that goes along the lines of $150 off spinal decompression packages, deal ends Friday. So it's a great example of that because what's happening is the three key differences that's going after is number one, it's very specific. So what they're doing is they're calling out an exact dollar value for or exact condition that they're going after. What this does is this qualified the patients that you're looking for your exact care package. Also, at the same time, it creates a low friction offer towards what you're looking for. Second thing, it's benefits driven. It's not an offer that you're selling, but rather it's going after what your patients need to imagine for the outcome for they're looking for. Lastly, it creates a ton of urgency. Example, deals ends Friday. So whenever you're dealing with your ad copy, try to accommodate these three specific taglines into your CTA or primary text headlines, which is for the specificity, benefit driven, and urgency, and you will see your ads transform way better than what you're running. So few examples of like what you can do in terms of your real hooks as you are writing your next ad copy. Some of the ones to look at is I see Joint Chiropractic run this out a lot. They ran this a lot last year. They're still running it over some of their patient special, which is $29 new patient special. Again, works good. I would still think it's a bit vague and generic, but you can be more specific with this ad. But again, the $29 low friction offer attracts ton of volume. Second thing, the one that we went over right now, $150 off spinal decompression. Again, does the same thing, creates a low friction specific value package offer. Last one, another example of a real hook. I think this works very great because it talks about a specific problem, which is finally fix sciatica without surgery. So again, does the same thing. It talks very specific, value-driven towards the problem that your patients are facing. So next time when you're reimagining your offer, try to be very specific about your copy that you're adding onto both your landing page and your ad copy when you're looking at the outcome. Mistake number two, using boring creatives. Most chiropractic ads looks like a Canva flyer with a generic stock family photo on top with your clinic logo and a block of text on it. Again, these ads don't really grab attention, so people are going to scroll right past your ad. Instead, what actually works is making your content feel more authentic, social, and rather not polished commercial. Even more than that, your content needs to be specific to the outcome that you want your customer to perceive as for what your clinic does. Here are some examples that we have tested with hundreds of clinics, and that works pretty good. Number one, a patient testimonial video recorded on an iPhone or recorded on any phone in your clinic. An example of this ad would be, again, the patient casually shares how their life improved after care. And again, this works because it feels unscripted. It comes across as genuine and relatable for the problem that you're trying to share. Another example would be a doctor explainer clip, which could be filmed in your office. Again, this is a very strong example of an ad because this is where the chiropractors speak directly to the camera. They can explain a common problem like back pain from sitting all day and give you a quick insight or tip, which helps you build authority while still feeling personal. And again, great example of an ad. Another pattern that we've seen work pretty good is a pain pattern demo. Again, this could be tested as a static or a video, but the idea here is that the chiropractor demonstrate the posture correction or a simple stretch. And again, what this does is this grabs a lot of attention because people can relate with it, and this give viewers immediate value for what your clinic can do in order to help them. So the way this ad would be placed, it again, this will start as like a chiropractic demonstration towards how do you correct a posture or any sort of like common fix in your day-to-day life, and this leads into an explainer b-roll for the value or the offer what your clinic can provide in order to help with this. And again, these styles work not because like they are a polished commercial or not because of a specific ad format, but what they're doing is that they look authentic, they're educational, and most importantly, they're patient focused. So if your ad looks like a polished ad, people will tune out. Instead, it needs to feel like real content, and that has to be patient focused for the problem that you're trying to solve. Mistake number three, your targeting is too broad. Most chiropractors just click people near my clinic and are running one generic ad. That's just lazy targeting, and it wastes a lot of your budget and doesn't give you a clear indication for what's your winning concepts and give you a proper understanding of your on platform metrics. Here's a better way that you can set up your campaign to test out in a more structured manner. So the way I would go about this would be I would set up one campaign with two ad sets, and again, this is for budgets between 20 to $100 a day. So like if you're targeting lower daily ad budgets. So going back again, one campaign, two ad set it into a CBO, a campaign budget optimized structure, where ad set one would be broad targeting. So you're not adding any interest, you're letting Meta optimize on its own. And asset two would be an interest stack where you're adding interests like health, fitness, wellness, or back related issues. Both of these should be geo targeted somewhere between 15 to 30-mile radius for your clinic, depending upon what services you can offer. You can add gender split. I like to test both at the same time when I'm doing the targeting. You can skew this with male or female depending upon whatever influx of patient care that you have or whatever your specific offer is. Now, focusing on the creatives. Now, instead of throwing random ads into both the ad sets, the way I would like for you to test this is one singular concepts with three different variations in each of the ad sets. So, for example, if you're testing an offer which is along the lines $29 new patient special, and your ad format is a static ad, focus on three different variations of this. The way you can structure this is variation one could be a visual of someone holding their lower back in pain with a headline of your offer. A variation two would be someone rubbing their neck at a desk with the same offer. Variation three could be again like visual of a person with their head in their hands. So again, the variations that you're doing over here is like your static that you're visualizing, but your offer stays consistent. So the reason is that the offer doesn't change. So the pattern is being highlighted and you can figure out what's your winning ad and like how do you go about it. This way, you're not just testing any random ideas, you're testing one consistent concept with three different variations and letting Meta find out which pain point brings you the most new patients. And again, you can rotate new concepts every 5 days, 5 to 7 days. The way I would go about this is still in a structured format, focus on the concept first and then create variations around that. Mistake number four is only using meta instant forms. Sure, they're easy, but they actually also attract a lot of low intent leads. People who are clicking without thinking, they forget they even like filled out because it's an autofill, and that's why your show up rates drop significantly. Instead, what we like to use is a quiz funnel landing page. Why? Because it feels like a mini diagnosis. It builds commitment before they ever book, and you can ask a bunch of questions on those. But some of the questions that you can ask are something like, where's your pain? Back, neck, shoulders. In order to customize the offer that you're going with, how long you've had this pain, how severe it is, mild, moderate, severe. Have you ever seen a chiropractor before? Or again, how soon are you looking to start care this week or this month? Again, these were some set of basic questions, but the more specific you are with these questions according to your offer, you would actually attract more quality leads. And the beauty with Facebook ads is that you can actually create your conversion event throughout this entire quiz funnel if you're using a software like GHL, Go High Level. So you can optimize depending upon where your customers is dropping, and then you can create a retention flow according to the part of the quiz that they've dropped on. So at the end of the quiz, what we like to do is that show a short video from the doctor. And again, that goes something like, thank you for completing the quiz. Based on your answer, it looks like we can help you with this specific pain area. I'm Dr. Smith, and right now we're offering a $29 new patient special. Click the link below to reserve your spot. You can actually A/B test two different formats where you're collecting payments over here, where you're optimizing Facebook to for purchases at the end of the funnel, or you can actually just lead it to a booking. But if you're leading it to a booking, you need to make sure that your ISR or your sales team is actually trained in order to take those calls or like collect payment before a patient shows up, or if you have a system for collecting payments when they're in the office. So the simple funnels filter out a bunch of tire kickers and lead you with serious high intent patients. Mistake number 5 is just weak follow up. Most chiropractors sends one text that says thank you for signing up, called us to book, and then nothing happens. What you need is a long nurture sequence that keeps working after the leads come in. So here's the flow. Immediately after someone signs up, sends a text, something like, hey Sarah, thanks for signing up. Grab your $29 special here link. Spots filling fast. Again, it's very straight, it creates urgency. Then after that, 10 minutes later, you can send another email. Make sure that this is an welcome message, which includes 2 quick testimonials. Then a couple of hours later, create another automation, which is send a friendly SMS saying like Dr. Smith asked me to check in if there were 4 spots less this week. Want me to hold one for you if they still haven't done the booking. And again, if there's still no booking, do something like this. Next morning, an email to share an educational piece, something like 3 10 causes of back pain and what we see every day. Again, what this does is that creates more nurture, give more value to the customers. Then again, on your day two, do something like another quick text message. Hey, morning or afternoon, are you better since your first visit? Then day 3 is build more urgency. Hey, let's grab your spot this week with the $29 special as there's only a few seats left. So what's happening over here is that like you're creating a very specific, very nurtured follow-up system that's going to help you retain those leads that you got from Facebook ads to convert them into actual booking. Then you can also move on to anyone who hasn't booked even after this entire sequence into a weekly newsletter for tips, posture fixes, and just basically like story about your clinic. Again, why? So that like your clinic stays on top of the mind, and in future when they want to book a specific appointment, you will come on first. So that's how you can turn your core leads into full appointment calendar. Now let's recap. So the 5 mistakes that we usually see after working with hundreds of clinic is 1, weaker generic offer. 2, boring creatives. 3, targeting too broad. 4, using instant forms. 5, a weak follow-up. So fix these 5 issues and your meta ads will stop wasting money and you'll start filling your calendar with real paying patients. If you want a full chiropractic ad playbook, drop the word chiro ads in the comments or DM me and I'll send it your way. Thanks for watching.